innovation.
I love it. We're going to London. Isabel, you're up.
Thank you so much, Scott. Hello, John. Hi, it's a real pleasure to meet you, and thank you for your time. Two things. One is a personal question, and if there's time, I'd like to ask a second question too. So the first question is that you've inspired me to message him. I just texted my brother. He was in the para, then he was in the special forces, and he was in Afghanistan 3 times, 3 tours. And I feel immense pride having a brother that served. And and I just said to him just now, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you for being a soldier. And he always, apologies, my voice is not great. I'm recovering from something. And he always just sends me a thumbs up emoji. That's all I ever get back. And I get it. I want to ask you, how can I best support him? He's no longer in the services, but he is in a very dangerous place in the world right now. Sweetheart, hang on, my daughter's poking me in the back. But what can I best do to support him at this time?
I think it's a great question. So he's serving in some capacity somewhere in the world, right? Probably doing dangerous things like they, get used to doing.
Yeah.
Oftentimes, and there's and some communities are a little more rougher tumbler than the other, I would say. But here's the thing we know that affects all people in a positive way. Exactly what you did. We think that a lot of solutions are especially with military and the way we tend to compartmentalize a lot of things, and sometimes people don't show a lot of emotion. I mean, all these are fairly, and I don't know where that would describe your brother, but I suspect he'd probably be some of those. And it's just oftentimes hearing and just knowing that little thing about you're appreciated because we're grateful for what you, and it doesn't sound like a big thing, but to be able to get those, especially from, those that are closest to you, siblings, family members, friends, we hear it generically from individuals that come when people go, hey, thanks for your service. And that's great. But it doesn't have, and I don't know that, and I can speak from my own experience. It's coming in from the closer circles every once in a while, especially when it's unexpected, whether that's that late night text you send or just a picture of something that said, this made me remind you of you because it's something good happening that wouldn't happen unless brave people went out there on the front. It's just little things like that. That's what actually, because we know you'd be there if they did anything else that was more tangible. It's more the things that are psychological and emotional. And I would say just what you just did before you were on this call. You're like, right? Those on a periodic, well-placed, authentic are huge. And they probably resonate despite the emoji. That's like the cool rough and tumble special ops way. That's about as much emotion as you're getting there. But inside, I'm telling you, there's a whole different activation that isn't lost on even the roughest of them. So I'd encourage you to do more of what you just did.
Thank you so much. And you inspired me to send that message, by the way, just to be clear. So I did it whilst I was on the call. And also the second thing is, shout out to Jason Forehand, who's on this call, who's doing exceptional work with Transformation Kitchen. I'm reminded of the work he's doing from what you've said about your incredible work. I don't know if you've come into England at all, or if there's any sort of link with our country. How can I support you here?
I think that so going back to one of Scott's questions, I mean, our goal is, it's interesting to have an idea and have a theory that we can change, effectively replace soup kitchens, build entrepreneurs. But it's not enough to keep it localized. So now we believe we have a responsibility to work with the right people, right? To now take it and make it available to anybody that wants to be able to change the way that they organize a community differently for that. Through the show, Food is Love, over the next several years, the reason we've all merged is then we're going to make it available to anyone from any nation. So I would say it would be just continue to follow us, right? And follow the immersion things that are going on. We're going to make more and more resources available for free because our goal is all the digitized content will be created, and so as that story emerges, and then our dream is then we'll have a group of individuals. When people say, can we get some help in our community or country downstream, that we'll have the right people to deploy with the skills to be able to say, we'll help you do a little innovation summit on this particular thing and get it going so that it's organic. Fair enough? So right now, it's like what I asked, it's just thank you for maybe follow the movement. And Scott did hit it is a movement. It's a movement about thinking differently around how we serve the underserved. And then as that emerges, there might be some tangible ways as we make it more available as we scale this.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely. And just for this, so Food is Love, the new series will air starting at the end of July. So just even following that story, and it'll be in Fox and Amazon, and there'll be things out there on it. So that'll actually show pieces of the story that connect back today. You guys are getting an inside view of.
Love it. Love it. Chris Holm,